Earth, the only known source of life in the entire universe. Rich and diverse, Earth is a complex world of delicate balances and dynamic cycles. Because of this constant evolution, 99% of all species that have inhabited Earth are now extinct. For human life, Earth provides us with everything we need to survive and to thrive. But with the strain of overpopulation, pollution, and uncontrolled development, how long will our fragile ecosystem be able to support life? Science has taught us a great deal about our planet's past, and through science, ingenuity, and technology, we have the power to ensure our place in its future. So join us in a place where predicting the future is as simple as meeting the amazing individuals and companies who are creating that future. Explore the frontiers of technology as new ways are developed to address mankind's greatest challenge. Discover the innovations that will not only safeguard our continued existence, but will provide a better life for us today and for generations to come. Welcome to Green Magazine. The future is in our hands.
Being green is an important facet of a company's business plan today. Sustainability is a key word in corporate America, and many businesses are taking leadership roles in not only becoming greener themselves, but in helping their customers and the world at large develop green awareness and habits. Let's visit one that's doing just that.
Technology has introduced a quality of life, a level of connection between people and information never seen before. Technology has also spiked the amount of greenhouse gas emissions and the reality of climate change. Can technology also provide the solution? Verizon has always been known as the company with the network. Today, Verizon is at the forefront of alleviating climate change. As a leader in energy efficiency, Verizon has invested billions of dollars in developing ultra-high-speed fiber optic and wireless communication networks that are fast and versatile and offer solutions to big social issues like healthcare, education, and climate change.
The combination of increasingly powerful networks is a whole new way to run a home, an enterprise, a community, or an economy. The fiber-enabled smart home will continue to evolve, ultimately becoming a platform for managing every function of the digital ecosystem, from home security and energy management to medical monitoring, telework, and distance learning. And it doesn't take a leap of imagination to go from smart homes to smart energy grids, smart factories, smart transportation systems, smart healthcare, all powered by the high IQ networks and the new universe of applications they make possible.
Not far from Verizon's New York headquarters, Dr. John Halamka, Chief Information Officer at Harvard Medical School, uses the company's 2050 fiber optic internet connection in his Wellesley, Massachusetts home for personal as well as business communications.
At Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, I'm responsible for all the IT of 3,000 doctors, 5,000 employees, and 1 million patients. I need to have that availability of that connection and a fast connection to coordinate all aspects of my work every day. You know, I'm used to having upload and download absolutely identical. I come home to no difference in performance. So, world-class academic medical center or your basement, they're the same. 1,000 emails a day. This means teleconferencing. And my experience has been I can do life-size, high-resolution video teleconferencing around the world from my basement over Fios with no problem. With the Fios, I have the reliability and the speed to work anytime, anywhere.
Higher internet speeds allow workers to have a virtual presence from anywhere, which on average can result in an annual savings of 62 hours in commuting time and 1,751 pounds of CO2 emissions that are not dispersed into the environment. According to an American Consumer Institute study, online sale and distribution of digital goods such as music, books, newspapers, and movies could reduce CO2 emissions by 667 million tons.
It has been said that if Alexander Graham Bell were alive today and took a tour of one of our network facilities, he would marvel at the progress that has been made. At the same time, if Thomas Edison were able to study the nation's electrical system, he might say, well, that's pretty much how I left it.
The power sector accounts for about 40% of U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. Broadband and information communications technology like Verizon's are also increasing the efficiency of the nation's energy system.
We are introducing a never-before-seen level of sophistication and efficiency to the country's energy networks. We're partnering with more than 20 utility companies to deploy smart wireless meters in customers' homes. Using smart grids, consumers and businesses will have more control over their energy usage. Energy sensors will send messages to your mobile devices, which will act as remote controls over your heating, cooling, and lighting systems.
All of this is made possible by Verizon's advanced, highly secure, and increasingly energy-efficient networks. Our technology is our greatest contribution to battling climate change. But we're also reducing our own energy consumption, and we're taking the rest of the industry with us. This is a first. We're working with our vendors, who also supply the rest of the industry, to come up with tough energy standards. Much of the network equipment we're buying today is 20% more energy efficient. That's important to Verizon, but it's also important to me as a husband and a father.
Verizon is more than just the company with the network. It's on the cutting edge of the green movement with its sustainability efforts. So the next time you rent a movie on demand or send a text message via a Verizon network, remember, Verizon's network technology is helping each of us do better.
To learn more about Verizon and its multiple initiatives focused on the environment, log on to Verizon.com.
With one of the largest global platforms in the nonwoven industry, Polymer Group Inc., PGI, operates 14 manufacturing and converting facilities throughout 8 countries as the senior partner of choice for companies seeking innovative products that simply perform better and offer superior value. PGI has developed pioneering products to improve the way people work and live while always seeking ways to balance environmental, economic, and societal needs for present and future generations.
Hello, I'm Ronnie Hagan, Chief Executive Officer of PGI. At PGI, we believe that sustainability is more than just environmentally friendly products. We believe it is rooted in everything we do. It is part of our culture. It's part of our operations, it's part of our products, it is part of how we do business every day.
At PGI, we have focused on transparency and have been told by many of our customers that we are unquestionably a leader in our industry in terms of data that we capture and report. Many rely on us to support their own sustainability position with their customers. The most exciting result is an accelerated level of collaborative product development with customers that allow them to be more competitive in their markets.
PGI has established measurable goals for sustainability in its manufacturing, product design, transportation, office operations, and social responsibility.
Alexander the Great once said that the fate of all of us depends on the actions of each of us. Each company has to assess its own environmental and social footprint and make progress with the issues unique to its situation. At PGI, we have set measurable goals in reducing our carbon footprint, our use of energy, our use of water, our use of non-renewable materials, and our generation of solid waste. We've also set goals in product and materials development to ensure that we bring to market paradigm-shifting sustainable solutions. We realize that sustainability is a journey, and we are investing in both short-term and long-term outcomes.
PGI has set an overall goal to reduce its carbon footprint and solid waste from its manufacturing processes by 10% by the year 2014. Among other goals, the company aims to reduce the amount of energy and water used and increase the use of recycled materials in its manufacturing processes while reducing packaging. Over the years, PGI has been committed to designing products that are more sustainable or enable other products to become more sustainable. Also, manufacturing efforts focus on creating environmentally preferred products that reduce material needs and favor the use of sustainable raw materials. Transport is also a key focus in PGI's sustainability efforts. From optimizing routes of raw material supplies to strategically locating operations in order to increase effectiveness in addressing local and regional demand. In its office operations, PGI minimizes paper usage, recycles waste materials, and encourages all of its employees to participate in its sustainability programs. PGI is committed to being a socially responsible company that promotes employee engagement in community efforts, produces products that improve people's lives, and fosters a safe and healthy work environment.
PGI has set and is achieving laudable sustainability goals for its various operations. It is successful in this regard because it has exceptional personnel worldwide who are all individually dedicated to the company's social responsibilities and sustainability efforts.
To learn more about PGI and its various sustainability efforts, visit pginw.com.
Many companies are heavily into recycling, but there aren't many who are into recycling like Alcoa because aluminum is so valuable and so easy to recycle. Let's go to Knoxville, Tennessee and see how they do it.
For as long as Alcoa has been making aluminum, the company has been recycling aluminum. In fact, 73% of all the aluminum produced since 1888 is still in use today.
Recycling aluminum is important in reducing litter and also conserving landfill space. It's an important key to slowing and stopping the growth of greenhouse gases. The benefits are so great, it's important to recycle every little bit, including the 2.5 cans of soda the average American consumes each and every day.
Recycled aluminum is identical to smelted aluminum except for one thing. It takes only 5% of the energy to make it. Less energy means reduced greenhouse emissions. And like few other materials in the recycling chain, aluminum is infinitely recyclable for use over and over again.
When you recycle an aluminum beverage can, it does something that no other container can do. It reappears back on a shelf within 60 days as a brand new aluminum beverage can. That's because aluminum has inherent qualities that make it the most sustainable package in the world. The world uses billions of cans a year. That's why recycling them is an important part of the greenhouse gas solution and why we're recycling over 800,000 tons each and every year.
In 1972, 53 million pounds of aluminum cans were recycled. Today, the amount has skyrocketed to 1.5 billion pounds. Aluminum cans are the most recycled and most recyclable beverage container in the world. An awesome 106,000 cans are recycled every minute nationwide in the U.S. Although this sounds like a huge recycling effort, in the United States, just over half of aluminum cans are recycled, and recycling rates in the U.S. have dropped from 1993, which were close to 68%. Because recycling aluminum saves so much energy, increasing America's aluminum recycling is a huge opportunity for American consumers to reduce their carbon footprint.
If we can increase the recycling rate from 54% to 75%, an additional 700 million pounds of aluminum could be saved from landfills. We could save nearly 1,300 megawatts of electricity. That's the equivalent of 2 coal-fired power plants. To do that, we need everyone in the U.S. to recycle 1 more can per week than they do today. Just 1 more can.
Alcoa and the industry have set a goal to help the U.S. raise its recycling rate for aluminum beverage cans to 75% by 2015. This would put our country above the current global average and rank it among the top recycling countries.
Being 100% recyclable and with an infinitely recurring life cycle, aluminum cans are the ideal package material for all beverages. Just imagine what environmental problems could be solved if water was put into an aluminum can instead of a plastic bottle. Alcoa is committed to working with all partners involved and the public to make the 75% recycling of aluminum cans goal by 2015 a reality. The health of the planet depends on it.
To learn more about Alcoa and its recycling program, log in to alcoarecycling.com.
Since 1943, when it was founded by the Dow Chemical Company and Corning Incorporated to explore the potential of the silicon atom, Dow Corning has been creating new markets and innovating creative ways to serve customer needs throughout the world. With an amazing array of products and expertise serving virtually every industry, Dow Corning is passionate about its concern for the environment as well as the health and welfare of its employees, customers, and communities. The company believes that a framework for sustainability requires a top-down and bottom-up approach. So, as a company, it's working hard to help invent a more sustainable future for us all. Let's visit Dow Corning's corporate headquarters in Midland, Michigan, to see how they do it.
The list of how silicones and silicon-based materials can improve our world is as long as the imagination and as broad as society's needs. They can do so much, from helping to make buildings more comfortable, aesthetically pleasing, and energy efficient, to enabling solar technology to not only be cost competitive, but also available to everyone, everywhere. In addition to renewable and energy-saving technologies, we're focusing more of our innovations on sustainable solutions for our world. We're thinking strategically about sustainability, integrating it into everything we do, because we believe sustainability is not just a concept, it's a way of life. Besides being smart business, it serves the greater good.
Escalating fossil fuel prices and decreasing petroleum reserves are renewing the world's focus on alternative energy. The sun shines, the wind blows. Dow Corning silicones and silicon-based materials are helping the world capture the energy of the sun and the wind that otherwise would be wasted. Never in modern history has it been more important to develop clean, renewable alternative energy sources. Consider this. Enough energy comes from the sun in 1 hour to power the global population for a year. Though the promise of solar energy has remained elusive, Dow Corning is helping to harness it today.
Making solar energy economically competitive with traditional energy sources is a corporate priority for Dow Corning, directly linked to our commitment to sustainability. We are focusing our efforts on 4 critical industry needs, building on the proven performance of silicon-based materials developed by Dow Corning. These critical areas are providing a reliable supply of materials to support continued growth of the solar industry, reducing total cost, increasing the amount of energy produced over the lifetime, and improving the durability and general performance of photovoltaic modules.
To continue the solar industry's growth, it's important to assure a reliable supply of solar energy's most important raw material, polycrystalline silicon. Dow Corning has a leading role in this effort through its joint venture, Hemlock Semiconductor Group, among the world's largest producer of polycrystalline silicon. Solar panels can transform light from the sun into power for homes, public facilities, and manufacturing sites. The raw material for solar cells is silicon metal. Because silicones stand up under the sun's unrelenting rays, they add value throughout the solar cell manufacturing, module assembly and installation process as encapsulants, coatings, potting agents, and sealants. Another of the world's fastest growing sources of renewable energy is wind power. Dow Corning contributes to this growth with technologies that improve turbine reliability, increase efficiency, and help reduce costs of ownership. As the demand for more clean and renewable power increases, Wind turbines are getting larger and are often placed in remote locations with harsher environments. Today, leading wind turbine designers, manufacturers, and operators around the world are turning to Dow Corning to find solutions that can help increase the operational service time as well as the life of wind turbines.
We are committed to not only developing sustainable energy solutions for others, we're also using it ourselves. For example, we're specifying renewable energy sources, primarily wind, to help power our own corporate headquarters. We've also installed solar panels at several of our facilities around the world. In addition to our solar, wind, and other renewable energy initiatives, we believe the most sustainable energy is the energy one does not use. Today, buildings account for about 40% of the total energy consumption. Dow Corning is helping building owners, architects, and builders properly design buildings to increase energy savings. For example, Dow Corning brand silicone structural glazing systems minimize air infiltration, resulting in the potential for more energy-efficient performance. Our silicone sealants and water repellents help buildings last longer and retain more of their original materials. We believe in a sustainable future, and every day we're learning more about how to unleash the power of silicon to create more innovative, efficient, and sustainable solutions for everyone, everywhere.
Whether harnessing solar power and wind energy, helping to develop green buildings, or in a multitude of other ways, Dow Corning is committed to sustainability by providing products and solutions that improve the quality of life of people around the globe.
As a leading global developer, supplier, and expert in silicon-based materials, Dow Corning is uniquely positioned to help customers, governments, and communities to harness the versatility of these truly amazing materials to invent a future that is more innovative, efficient, and sustainable for us all.
To learn more about Dow Corning, its products, and programs, visit www.dowcorning.com.
Navistar International is one of America's oldest and most successful companies. It traces its roots back to the mid-1800s, when Cyrus McCormick liberated farm workers from hours of back-breaking labor with the invention of the mechanical reaper. McCormick's International Harvester Company was an industry leader more than 150 years ago. And today, as Navistar International, it's at the cutting edge of the transportation industry as a leader in hybrid and alternative fuel commercial vehicles.
Since 1902, Navistar has been a leading producer of medium trucks, heavy trucks, and severe service vehicles. It is the first company to begin line production of hybrid commercial trucks. Now in 2010, Navistar is deploying purpose-built all-electric commercial trucks.
Recently, Navistar was awarded a $39.2 million US Department of Energy grant to deploy all-electric vehicles. This is a great example of how private industry and the government can work together to create jobs and to bring technologically advanced vehicles to market. The vehicle will be sold as an E-Star in the United States, and we plan to deploy up to 400 vehicles this year, ramping up to several thousand vehicles over the next couple of years. This is a zero tailpipe emissions vehicle, making it perfect for deliveries in residential areas. There are a couple of ways to develop an electric vehicle. Either you could convert an existing fossil-fueled vehicle to an electric powertrain, or you could design the vehicle from the ground up to be an electric vehicle. The E-Star is born to be electric. This allows us to remain current with technologies as we can exchange the battery in less than 20 minutes.
The vehicle also has a striking, eye-catching design and allows commercial fleets to brand it in any way that indicates their commitment to sustainable transportation. The sides of the truck can also be used as mobile billboards. A 75 kilowatt motor is powered by an 80 kilowatt hour battery cassette, delivering 103 horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque. As an electric vehicle, it has a consistent torque, so acceleration is impressive and more than adequate for an urban commercial truck. Other cutting-edge technology on board includes regenerative braking, which sends the energy generated while braking back to the battery to extend its range. Production units include the convenience of 10 kilowatt onboard charging systems.
which allow a fleet to transfer the unit to various depots and terminals without the hassle of ensuring a charging station is available. Charging is accomplished using 220-volt split phase, allowing for a complete recharge overnight.
Not only is the electric vehicle great for the environment, it's a lot of fun to drive.
By developing clean vehicle technologies that reduce fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions, Navistar's International Truck and Engine Corporation has been able to deliver significant savings to the customer's bottom line and at the same time help them reduce their overall carbon footprint. Their zero-emissions all-electric delivery vehicle that is currently under development will be a giant step forward in the greening of the commercial trucking industry.
To learn more about the Navistar electric vehicle, log on to www.navistar.com.
As you know, this is the 40th anniversary of Earth Day. 2010 also marks the 40th anniversary of a Napa Valley, California winery, noted for its green earth-friendly approach to growing grapes and making wine. The Deleuze family has been crafting world-class wines since 1969, with a focus on producing rich, flavorful wines using traditional techniques and ecological practices. ZD Wines uses a multi-pronged, environmentally sensitive approach to grape growing and winemaking. These efforts include organic farming, solar power, recycling, and the use of earth-friendly alternatives in pursuit of their ultimate goal, the production of great-tasting, world-class wines. ZD Wines are not only green in their vineyards and wine production process, their entire operation is run exclusively on solar power, the cleanest, most abundant renewable energy source available. The ZD solar panels could power roughly 22 homes annually. That equates to removing 16 cars from the road, or removing the same amount of CO2 from the atmosphere that would take 32 acres of forest to do. So let's drink a toast to Earth Day by raising a glass of your favorite ZD wine and let the sun shine. To learn more about ZD Wines, visit zdwines.com. At Green Magazine Television, we have literally looked throughout the world for businesses and institutions that are making significant contributions to making Earth a greener, healthier place to live, work and play. What we've just seen makes me appreciate what a commitment to sustainability can mean to a company, its employees, customers, community, and the world at large. It's a commitment we all should share.